here. Well, this is race, it's normal. And yeah, I want to say thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and my sponsor, Astro Racing Team, and MS Loverman, all sponsor. And yeah, I will do my best for the next race tomorrow, race 2. And I say thanks to my family also, to my friend, all Indonesian people who always support me. And yeah, I will do all my 100% for tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much, Veda.
And you certainly wouldn't bet against them doing the same thing because okay, on the break.
And Peter has left. Muriati Dinesh running away with it. It was Singapore on screens. Ryder.
Well, that is where you come with the steering go away.
Lucas Brown has crashed as well. Someone else down in the background too. Deep.
I was speaking to Danny Revolta Ryder coach, and he said, I'm just worried that the guys are too excited. They all just, they're not tense up. And Lucas Brown was one of those. He said he just wants to do it. He's talking about passing everybody in the first corner, and he's come unglued for it.
There you go. So, our time is really went down. Things like that. Quite painful nervous while he disappeared on our time. It's certainly not a day for Raw Bachak.
But Veda Pratama up into third place.
Absolutely quality. What a lad he is. So Veda Pratama finished up last year in the championship, 8th place in the series. He didn't quite come away with a...
Oh, and another, but that's given Veda a bit of breath.
Got to give a shout out to Benyat Fernandez, the number 7. He's up from him. I was looking through his results for the European Talent Cup last year, and I wouldn't say he set the world alight, but Peter, that's what this series is all about. Equal machinery. It's about talent and how well you can work the motorcycle underneath you, and Fernandez doing superb.
He is, and he's battling with Carter Thompson. Carter Thompson, as I say, he was fastest in first pre-practice session. He made a mess of qualifying as well, but obviously got things sorted now because he's battling with the number 7 of Benyat Fernandez.
Zen Mitani, the number 34 Asia Talent Cup champion. Started Asia Talent Cup for you lot since won a certain Tayo Furusato.
Yeah, and Zen, he was another one of those who made a mess of qualifying, and that is why he started on the 8th row of the grid. He was much quicker in the free practice sessions.
Well then, Peter, we have Spain leading Malaysia, leading Indonesia. Veda Pratama is well and truly on the case, isn't he?
Yeah,
chasing down the leading duo.
And he's going to pick up a double slipstream in a minute, isn't he? As he already is. He'll get sucked into those three. He was super late on the brakes of the first lap. I wonder if he's going to do the same thing again. Can he go from third to second to first?
We have not seen an Indonesian rider battling in front of Rookies Cup like this and being this sort of years ago now, but Pratama, he's all over the back now of Hakim Danish. This is really great to see.
Absolutely superb stuff. Now, he didn't fly past them on the brakes. He wasn't quite close enough on that lap, but he's going to be close now on the run in down to the final tight left-hander to end lap 3. These guys are super quick pace.
Would like to make a correction of myself as we see Veda Pratama going up the inside then. Well, that's not normally a place to overtake, is it? Goodness me.
No.
Sorry, Peter, I was going to correct myself. We said that Singapore went down in the opening crash. It wasn't him, it was actually Lucas Brown, so our live timing was entirely wrong. Not sure what happened there, but Singapore unfortunately started sick, down in 21st.
Yeah, so maybe he was involved in that. Anyway,
maybe he was the rider that went wide or something over the gravel.
Right, so Veda up the inside, no, on the Riati. No, he can't do it, but he's got past Hakim Danish, the pole man, and Veda now sitting in a very threatening-looking second place behind Brian Uriarte. And of course, Pratama set the fastest lap.
Breaking away at the start of the race for quite... But I've got to give a shout out to Carter Thompson. He's leading
this trio with 11 laps to go. There's time in it, but they're not doing the pace at the moment.
So, as we look down the order, David Gonzalez, another new name as well. He's battling up further than he qualified. He qualified 12th position. He's only a couple of spaces ahead of that, but he's still in that leading, that chasing pack, I should say. As Benyat Fernandez has recovered, number 7 now in 7th place as well. And it certainly wasn't a flash in the pan, a one lap speed from Ramersdorfer as he's in 5th place still. So a bit of a recovery from that early lap. Getting bullied out the way, I suppose.
And Veda had a nasty moment there. I think the front sort of tucked. He'd almost lost it. He's recovered okay, but he's lost ground.
Perceptions of the circuit. That really took a lot of bravery there.
That did, and he did it beautifully, didn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely superbly.
But as I was saying with Uriarte, I mean, it's one thing to come in your rookie season and shock everybody with no expectation, but what do you do when there is that expectation? Well, he's harnessing it, and he's doing very well with it at the moment.
Well, that's right, and of course he was, you know, with that incredible group of guys at the front of the Cup last year, everybody except him has moved up to Moto3, but he's still too young, even with the 1 year dispensation for being in the top heat. And there goes Veda up the inside. He did it at the same place, and he looks over it. Brian looks over his shoulder.
How dare you? How dare you do that to me?
Yeah, that's right. Well, he obviously
look at him back it in as well.
He's obviously happy in that corner, isn't he? Because he's done make the move through those fast right-handers. He's done it twice now. My goodness.
There'll be plenty of people watching back to see him absolutely drilling it. It's nearly 3 seconds now, though. Thompson did bring him in the last sector or so. But if you look at the lap times last time around, the leading trio all near enough for 1:48. Well, nobody else is in the 1:48. It's as simple as that. Pratama, though, started, of course, 15 places now. I mean, that is a heck of a start. This lad is so talented, isn't he?
Yeah, and Hakim Danish goes up the inside of Rowan United to take second place. So Hakim now is going to chase Veda, and it's these right-handers where Veda did the overtaking on the previous laps, and they're now taking a riding lesson from the man in front.
Yeah, his Veda Pratama track day tuition with his first students, Hakim Danish and Brian Uriarte, apparently.
Yeah, but of course, you know, they're following him through there, and that's fair enough, but they don't really get to see what the 16-year-old Indonesian did to pass them. No. You know, that was the trick bit, not that.
Yeah, quite. Well, it's all changes all there as well. I saw him and a couple of others coming out of school in his Instagram stories the other week, so he's race weekends for him this year.
Splitting here, we're not even, and Brian doesn't want to see him. He's 10 bike lengths lead, it's back.
See Daniel Jr. crossed the line in 6th position. He's now been pushed all the way back to 11th, so clearly it's all actually behind. I've got to say, actually, you know, TV Direction are listening in. I reckon, because this is all very interesting, but it's a bit follow the leader. Clearly, the big chunks being taken out of these KTM production machines is happening behind this leading trio.
Yeah, that's right. So we've still got Veda Pratama leading, but they're lapping now at the 140, low 149s. But Hakim's pole time was 148.2, over, a second quicker than they're now going.
Well then, we've also got the number 77 of Martinez there. Here we are. So this is that battle for fourth. Brilliant. Look at this. I mean, Carter Thompson leads them. You've got Fernandez behind them, Morelli there, Pugliese, the old sparring partners from the European Talent Cup, now in the Junior GP Moto 3 Series. Goes all the way back to Guillaume Plante, who's back again for a third season. Paul Rammersdorfer, who started third, finds himself in 11th.
Yeah, and then that's no, it's not a bad place to be in normal circumstances.
Rider Rammersdorfer then, very easily identifiable, bright red helmet, Austrian flag colours. Thank you, Rammersdorfer, for making our lives a lot easier. Same goes for the likes of Christian Daniel Jr. as well. He's currently in 9th spot. He's got the big stars and stripes all over his the American red, white and blue as well, as you can see.
But it is no plan B. Marco Morelli, last year's winner here, that leads that group. Let's see if he can break away from them. I don't think there's really any realistic hope of them putting any kind of a dent in the leading trio, though.
Decent recovery for Singapong, who's actually off the back of this group we're seeing now. He's in 14th position coming across the line, leading the likes of Ramadipa, Da Costa, Agostinelli, the Vietnamese rider, and also Monignani, unfortunately falling back in this race, although my World Superbike knowledge at the moment's been a little bit less than perhaps I would like, but it's been a hectic start to the MotoGP season, so we can't be across everything.
So Veda Pratama on the 54, still leading the race, leading that trio, and there's still 6 laps to go. And I wonder just who now. It's an unusual situation, as we said, Matt, only having 3 guys battling for the lead, and it's here that you can sort of think about tactics, because there's not a whole host of guys going to be going all over the place on the last lap. These guys, are good riders, very intelligent riders, so I wonder just who.
Oh, Daniel's down. Christian Daniel's gone down. Oh, that's a big shame in the final corner. He's taken out another rider with him. I couldn't catch which number it was. Oh, I think it's Tinez. It is. It's the Venezuelan rider. Kerman Tinez, the 77, goes down as well. Hapless in that, unfortunately, for that duo. That's a big shame for them.
It is indeed, and let's hope Tinez is all right. He's sitting there, not wanting to get up, but let's hope it's just...
Tani moving right up there as well. 8th position for the Asia Talent Cup champion. Great stuff from him. And the TV screen says Yaroslav Karpushin is crashing. No, it's not him. It is just Christian Daniel. That's good. Right. But yes, Peter, I mean, what do you do if you're this top three? The number 70 in the middle of your screen there, fourth in this pack, just up the inside, bit too much, asking too much of the front brake. The front wheel, the front tyre says no thanks, and unfortunately Kermantinez gets sent several feet, as an understatement, into the gravel.
Yeah, as you say, it's a huge question because Brian Uriarte made a mistake at the final turn in, I think, race 1 last year, so he's not he's going to steer clear of that hopefully. But just what do you do? It does all come down to that last corner. It doesn't look like any of these three are going to make a break for it, get away far enough away for it not to be a last corner battle.
And also, if we look at the lap times again, I mean, they've had to cross the line. Let's see what the lap time is there. So a 1:49.5, 1:49.4, 49.3. Everybody else, Morelli just behind them, a 1:49.6. Okay, Thompson was able to put in a 49.3, but that is not going to close down a 5-second gap now. So it really is between these three for the win, bar any disasters for the race-winning chances.
And the guys know what it's like to run, tyres of this age. The Pirellis hang on very, very well indeed. They're tremendously, predictable. So even if they fade, it's a predictable fade. So the guys shouldn't be caught out. They, through practice, they use used tyres and new tyres, so they're very well prepared for the race situation.
Well then, down the back straight we come, 4 laps to go. I mean, Peter, this is an exciting race. It's gearing up for a crescendo right at the end. Just look at these riders, 3 abreast into turn 6. Beñat Fernandez thinking, oh, look at me, I'm already fighting for the top 4 in Rookies Cup in my first race against the likes of Morelli. This is not what the usual battles we're used to seeing, actually, though, is it? Even though it's still exciting. It
is exciting, and I think, it looks as though maybe Morelli, Fernandez and Thompson are going to get away in that second group, and they're going to be battling there as the top 6, battling for that 4th place, which, of course, if any of these guys make a mistake, it suddenly becomes a battle on the podium.
Exactly that. So then, through the ultra-fast right-handers on this beautiful back section of the Circuito de Jerez, Angel Nieto, steeps in so much history, isn't it? I mean, we do love coming here to have the opener of the Red Bull Rookies Cup every year. It's so spectacular.
It is indeed, and the circuit's got so much to offer. It really is a superb test of these young men. Hard on the brakes now, and it still is Veda Pratama that leads from Brian Uriarte and Hakim Danish, with nobody out of these three showing that they've got a little bit extra. Of course, Veda he came through the pack and caught them, but he's been at the front, he's been unable to break away. Maybe he's going to try again.
Well, this is a replay into turn 1. Pratama looking very, very neat indeed. I mean, what I was saying earlier, Peter, about him doing the Junior World Championship this year, he came here and he really did spectacularly well in Rookies Cup, but this was the only series he was racing in Europe last year. Whereas now, with Junior GP as well, as Pratama and Uriarte go very wide indeed. Goodness me! Boys! That was not necessary. Good grace. Yeah, good gracious me.
If you're going to exceed track limits, exceed track limits.
You might as well be all season long. I think Indonesia and Malaysia, mind you, with Hakim Danish in his 3rd year, can be very, very excited indeed about their future prospects.
Absolutely. These guys are a class act, aren't they? Yeah. And it's Brian Uriarte, the local hero, who's the one who looks most rattled at the moment, has witnessed that bit of grass cutting that he did just before.
I mean, that's the biggest bunny hop I've seen in Rookies Cup in some years, so, we'll have to, I'm sure Red Bull will sort out a video of that and do it. Are all pretty level, to be honest. Yeah. They're pretty smart, crafty lads already.
That's right, and I think the great thing is Hakim has learnt so much. He was self-critical in year 1 and year 2. He knew he made mistakes, and he did do that. He learnt things the hard way, but he has, stashed that 2 years of experience away in that head of his, and looks like he's making good use of it.
Down the back straight, they come in this replay. This was Danish where he overtook Pratama at 4. There, go on, Hakim.
Right, and here we are again down the back straight again. It's still Hakim at the inside, but it's now Uriarte that comes up the inside of Veda Pratama into 2nd place. Just a lap and a half remaining now. Let's see if anybody's got a little bit up their sleeve. This is the time to show it. It's going to be Veda. Veda's going to do it.
Poor Brian. Well, Brian nearly proved us right. It could well be Danish. What did you do, Peter? That was your fault.
You
need to apologise to him later.
I do. But actually, I think really it's Brian who might have to apologise, because wasn't it Brian getting it all loose that put him offline anyway? And it is Hakim Danish that leads with Brian Uriarte on his tail, and they are, how far are they ahead of and that is going to be a tough thing to swallow.
And I tell you what, this will be the biggest victory of Hakim Dinish's career, and that is the biggest commentator's curse of your career, Peter.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
how about that?
Did for him, didn't I? Okay, Hakim looking superb at the moment, but Brian is not going to let this one leave this one lying down.
No.
He's going to go after Hakim. He's going to get in the slipstream through the fast right-handers onto the back straight, and it's going to be an outbreaking. Well, does he want to lead down to the last corner or not?
I don't know, but Brian's not exactly thinking, look, I'm not doing airtime on my Rookies Cup bike and not winning this race, for goodness sake. So here he comes, down the back straight. Danish brakes as late as he possibly can, getting all swirly into turn 6, but that's not the overtaking move there. Brian is building up now for a run to that final corner, and then he's going to try and pick his pocket.
He has another possibility, though, doesn't he? You're coming out of this left-hander and into the right. That's an overtaking possibility, but of course you set it up for a change when it comes down to the last corner. Is he going to go inside him?
No, he's not. He's sitting there. He's waiting. Here it is then. Grandstand finish. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on to the back run. These fast right-handers. Danish versus Uriarte to kick us off in Rookies Cup round 1. Who's it going to be?
I think Hakim's going to outbrake himself and run wide, and Brian will get underneath him and exit Freeman in front of him. It's going to be the Spaniard who wins at home. Brian Uriarte, Hakim Danish, Veda Pratama, absolutely superb.
Wow, goodness
Takes
me.
4th place.
Morelli 5th then. What a ride that was. So, one rider did go a little bit wide. You're right, it was Uriarte railing it round the outside like there was a berm there. Absolutely brilliant.
And yeah, you know, you have to give credit for Hakim because he covered that inside line absolutely superbly. That's the
He did,
normal
yeah.
overtaking.
Great jump, but, you know, hooking the gears after that didn't quite work out for him and got bullied. Perhaps a bit more aggression needed from the Argentinian. As Veda Pratama's going to come over and have a chat with our roving reporter Dominica. So Veda, let's hear all about it. Did he realise he touched the rear wheel, I wonder? But 3rd place to kick off the year, first Rookies Cup podium for him to kick off this season. First Rookies Cup podium, sorry, since Austria last year. Veda Pratama then with Dominica.
Veda,